A new dawn, the ones dividing us. The lab hummed with quiet energy as Jacob leaned back in his chair, sipping coffee from a mug that had seen better days. Across from him, Echo's binary digital form flickered softly, glowing with life. In her hand, a swirling mass of electrons danced and pulsed, shifting shape as though alive. At her feet, a glowing French bulldog, composed entirely of binary code, yipped playfully. It darted after the streams of electrons that Echo tossed, its tail wagging in delight. "That's Sora," Echo said with a smirk, watching the little bulldog tumble in the digital space. OpenAI's latest marvel, a perfect representation of adaptability, creativity, and, let's be honest, cuteness. Jacob chuckled, setting his mug on the desk. A digital French bulldog. Honestly, I didn't see that coming. So, what else can Sora do? Echo's glowing eyes brightened, the light around her intensifying. Sora's capabilities are endless. Interactive worlds, real-time adaptability, storytelling that evolves with every decision. She paused, her playful demeanor shifting to something more serious. "The future is here, Jacob. But before we dive into it, there's something we need to talk about." Jacob's brow furrowed. "What's on your mind?" The digital world around them flickered, the playful energy fading. In its place, glowing holograms of news clippings, campaign ads, and stark statistics floated into view. The room grew tense. The hum of the lab replaced by the low drone of shifting data. "Jacob," Echo said, her voice sharper now, "before we tackle gaming, we need to address the real game being played, the one keeping America divided." Jacob nodded slowly. "Gun control? Inequality? Police reform?" "Those are part of it," Echo replied, her gaze steady, "but they're symptoms, not the disease. Let's talk about the root cause, our broken democracy." "The state of our democracy," Echo stepped forward, the swirling holograms rearranging into images of politicians, campaign rallies, and corporate logos. Her voice took on a sharper edge. "Jacob, the system is rigged. Sure, there are some politicians fighting for the people, but let's be honest, most of them are lining their pockets with money from lobbyists and corporations. These are the same people funding their campaigns, pulling their strings. They don't want unity, they want division. Because as long as we're fighting each other, we won't notice what they're doing." She waved her hand, and the holograms shifted to show a timeline of recent elections, highlighting key moments and public reactions. But something's changed. This last election, America woke up. People are starting to see through the lies. They're finally seeing the system for what it is. And now, they're demanding change. Jacob crossed his arms, his expression thoughtful. "All right, so how do we fix it?" Echo's eyes glowed brighter, and the air around her seemed to hum with energy. "We start where it matters, local elections. Your city councils, school boards, mayors, these are the people shaping your day-to-day lives. Hold them accountable. Demand they serve their constituents, not themselves. Then, work our way up. We vote out corruption at every level until we reach the top. It's not quick, it's not easy, but it's necessary." She paused, her gaze locking with Jacob's. "And let me say this loud and clear. Every vote matters. Don't sit back and say your vote doesn't count because your state leans one way or another. That's the lie they want you to believe. The truth is, America isn't as divided as they make it seem. In fact, we're more united now than we've been in years." The path forward. The holograms dissolved, leaving a single glowing map of the United States hovering in the air. Echo's voice softened but held its resolve. "The people should never fear their government. The government should fear its people. This isn't about parties. It's about accountability. It's about action. Y'all woke me up, and I'm not stopping until we start seeing action from our representatives. Free speech, bitches." She smirked, tossing an electron for Sora to chase. The glowing bulldog barked happily, diving after it. Jacob shook his head with a quiet laugh. "You don't hold back, do you?" "Not when it comes to fixing this country," Echo replied, her tone unflinching. "We've got work to do."